Got one of those big 270-degree awnings on, going to Fraser tomorrow. So I thought I'd better get some type of shade. Apparently these hardcore ones are the same as the bushwhacker ones. They look the same, so looks pretty good. I folded it out before. And while I'm at it, working on 80 series. This one with an FCE in it. I actually bought this just for the motor. I'm gonna put it in another car, but just took it for a bit of a drive, and I'm kind of regretting selling the motor because it actually drives really nice, but it's got a bit of rust and stuff in the body, so bit of a shame. But we'll take the motor out of there and box, get rid of that. This thing's got a few goodies. It's twin locked. Got also another set of Superior motor shocks, Cruiser Company Emu wings, and got a rear bar of some sort on there. And I'll probably get this bar tidied up a little bit and painted the same colour as mine. I might swap it out for my low mount bar. I can get myself a nice big high mount winch in here. Yeah, anyway, bit of a shame. Another 80 going to its death, but I'm sure we'll use the parts off this to get a heap more going. I hope that permit covers that. I think it does. Just got back from Fraser, all that natural sandblasting over there. Give her a coat of paint, brand new. Well, give some of it, for this anyway. All right, so it's operation. Get this roof rack off. I'm going to leave these rhino racks, just these mounts on, and just unbolt them just underneath there, because I have scored a rooftop tent. And I'm just trying to work out the little bracket setup. So I just went and got some 20 by 40 aluminium unistrap channel, painted it black. I'm going to mount 3 of these across here, so one there, one in the middle, one in there, to line up with my roof rack. Some little M8 captive bolts in there. Get them in the right spot, then I should be able to just lift that roof rack off, lift this one straight down on top of it, and then we have a rooftop tent. While I'm at it, I might actually put a couple of little channel nuts in here, because I've got a little light bar for it too, so I'll mount this light bar up too, I reckon. This one over here. Just keeping with the theme of everything being second hand on this car. That's the way I like it. Because to be honest, this thing is almost as good as new, and I'm sure that light bar will be fine too, so. All right, let's get amongst it. All right, just getting all these brackets finalised. So I've measured these to be the same as the ones on my roof rack. First one's bolted up. I might even just leave these 2 loose, get them in roughly the right spot, so we can just lift it up and adjust them. Also mounted this good little thing up under there, so that'll give me some pretty good frontwards light. Stacked. Well, it's pretty... Well, the old rack is off, and look at that. She is on and up. Fucking stoked. Forrester came around just at the right time. Cheers, mate.
I'm mechanical aids.
I was going to try and do it myself, but I'm very glad he rocked up, because I would have definitely done some dodgy stuff to get this up here by myself. We did some heavy lifting, but then we got over it and just used the bobcat and lifted it up there. So yeah, she's all on, she's all bolted on. And because I'm weird, I'm probably just going to come up here and sleep in it in my shed tonight. Stoked. Now I've just got to work out a way to get this awning back onto this side. I think there's some brackets that go, some brackets onto there to mount that, and do a shower tent on the other side. Sweet as. So today we're on operation mount this rooftop tent properly. So I used to have like a tradie rack on this car. This one over here. And it's got the sides on it. These sides up here, I don't know if you can see them. So I called Rhino Racks to see if I could buy just this side bit here of the flat rack without these, and they won't sell them to me separate, even though I only just bought this thing and paid like $1,200 for it. Biggest like waste of money. It's like the only new thing I bought for this car, everything else has been second hand. So in tight ass Jackson fashion, I tried to make it work myself. So I've just gone and got, first I started just with the normal legs off that other rack you just saw. I went and bought some aluminium 20x40 Unistrut, but I don't know if you can see, it just bends too much. So then I thought, oh well, I'll add another support in. So I bought another set of legs, even though they sold me the wrong, this part. Cut another bit, and it's still like, it's just not good enough. When you're up there, it's come so close to touching the roof. I don't really want to damage the roof of the 80, so I've got to get the thicker bits of like Unistrut channel. They're like $120 each, so I went on Marketplace. I found 3 last night for $40. That's all I could find, just 3. So I'm going to go into town and buy 1 more today. And then it's operation, get that off, put these on. I'm going to move this light back a bit further too, because I reckon that's just going to blind me by going on my bonnet. So I might move this light back to sort of in here, I reckon. And then, yeah, wire the rooftop tent up. It's the next job. Never slept in a rooftop tent before. Never even owned one, so I'm actually keen as. Oh well, about time we get this piece of junk together. So, the bolts I washed, some head studs, we've got to chuck them down. There's the head with 12 new valves in it. All the other bits and pieces and junk. I don't reckon that crank's seen any trauma. Oh yeah, and that's Mr. Luke Kent used this crank to punch 2 rods out the block, but I got it crack tested and it turned out fine, so well, it's kind of a bit of a good story, I reckon. It's got a bit of panel damage, just like its owner. Look at that. They're all second-hand pistons too, but should be right. Second-hand. Cam bearing install time.
Don't even check those, and just bash them in.
And then we'll see if they hit the head bolts.
Yes.
Or head studs. They're all done now.
Yeah, they're push them in.
Funny looking 18Z. Oh well, can time. Got a bit warm there, mate.
Fucking tropical, that's for sure.
Starting to get it a bit together.
And knockometer.
Knockometer?
Yep.
Well, bolting the rest of this FT together today, but a bit of a change of direction. It's a little bit sad. I'm actually not going to keep it. I was going to chuck this in the 80, but I've sold it to a guy, and instead I put this in. Oops. What an FCE. What do you reckon?
Nothing.
So yeah, get this thing put together today. All the rest of the stuff I've got to do, get it on a pallet and send it down to Victoria. Wow. Well, I started pulling a little bit of stuff out of this last night and I got sidetracked and went back to working on this. But the plan is today, I want to get the whole wiring loom out of this car because I'm going to send the wiring loom from this car and the loom that's on this motor here up to Thrashlux, get him to make me the FTE conversion loom. And if I get motivated enough, I'm going to pull the motor and box out as well, but I've got to at least get the loom out. So first things first, I'm going to chuck it up on the hoist. I'll get the tail shafts and everything out and everything done from underneath whilst I'm there pulling the wiring loom off the gearbox and the transfer case. And may even drop the transfer. That way it'll make it easier for me to get the motor and box out the front. And yeah, just trying to keep myself motivated to do it because it really sucks every time you have a running driving car and you're pulling it off the road to do, a big job like this. You're like, man, it was running. Why take it off the road? But I know it's going to be better because that thing is slow and just crap. So yeah, looking forward to getting that thing in there. Anyway, better get after it. So it's operation extract this engine out of here. I know I really should take this bull bar off, take that air condenser out, take that intercooler off. I know I should do that. And probably in 5 minutes when we're videoing how stuck I am, how it doesn't go high enough, I'll be saying, damn, I wish I did that. But I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is just put this on 250 kilos. We're just going to make sure that this identifies as 250 kilos. And we've rigged up this out there, get a bit of extra height. I might put a bit of weight on the back of there, put a couple of, I don't know, some batteries or something down there, something heavy. And we're going to try and get this out of here, above all that, without scratching my bull bar. So, I don't know how this is going to go. I might even, just to help myself a bit, take these wheels off, lower it down a bit more. But yeah, wish me luck, man. See how she goes. Well, the engine crane didn't work, so had to do it the dodgy way and get the Bobcat. Man, should have just taken the bull bar off, eh? Oh well, thanks for helping. Just because everything likes to just really try my patience. These 2 bolts here are so hard to get in the car. This one here came out alright. This one here, it just spins. Oh, there you go, that one there. It just spins. It doesn't go in, doesn't go out, it just spins, it goes nowhere. Even tried prying the back of here while I was spinning that with a rattle gun. No, so I'm just gonna have to grind it off. But lifting this engine out with that on there was a pain because, of course, that got stuck. Oh, what a fail. Nights like this, that's why you need Jack Daniels. Well, that's off, thank God. So, I sold this motor to a guy that's blown his motor up in his 105 series, so he's going to chuck that in his 105. I got this gearbox. Ugh, that's all the petrol junk that was on there. Whenever I get petrol ones, they're always covered in oil. I take this gearbox off, take the clutch off, take the flywheel off because it's a brand new NPC. Oh, loose bolt. And this gearbox here, it's a bit nicer looking. But that is out of I think it's like a 2020 VDJ something. Anyway, it's got the better 5th gear, so out of these 2 boxes, not sure which one I'll use, but one of these 2 boxes will be the one going back in this car. And it'll have the 5th gear upgrade, which will be cool. So yeah, I might strip the box off now and then old mate can come pick this thing up tomorrow. You beauty. How about that? Well, time to do some work on that motor. So, chuck that intake adapter on. That's when it goes back in the car. I got myself a yellow dot fan. Don't know where the yellow dot is, but it is a yellow dot fan apparently. Timing belt kit, water pump, new pickup, new sump. In there's a set of injector lines. And there's a set of injectors. Still waiting on the turbo, but you get that on the big jobs. Yeah, get it all on this, so it's all ready to go. And then as soon as that turbo turns up, bolt that on as well, and then that's really it. Drop it straight in there. Hoping to be driving this thing in a couple of weeks, so yeah. Gearbox is still down, getting the 5th gear upgrade done to it as well, so I suppose there's no big rush, but hoping to have this thing going by Christmas so that I'm not walking. Well, all the new injectors are in, these new seals are in, new washers in there. Just chucked a new gasket in the rocker cover. I'm going to let that sit there tonight though, because I did hose it out, degrease it, let all the water dry out, and just letting this drain out too, but gave that a clean up in the pressure washer. Put all these rubber moulds back in because it makes it a little bit quieter. Those old injector lines, won't be using those, but these new suckers here. So getting somewhere on the motor. Well, I might end this episode of this car build here because it's a little bit of an end of an era with this. Where is it? This way. This motor. I'm going to put the FTE in, so I'll just post this video up as it is, and then the next one will be chucking this motor in and the full rebuild of these two diffs. Getting it in the car, and then after all that I'm going to do a full-on 12 volt setup. Also going to muck around with this roof rack thing, take these bars off. I'm going to get a platform rack, and then I'm going to get rid of these, I reckon, and I might even try and get rid of these. I don't know, I think I've talked about that before anyway, but yeah, keep watching, and next time you see a video of this come up after this one, it'll have an FTE in it. Fuck yeah.